What's up, God? People, it's Solo. Um, Another fucking video, I guess. Uh, trying to trying to make some room. Figure out how I want to set up the studio. Uh, I'd imagine that with the shit I found and the combination of the laptop and the giant TV, uh, I'm gonna be able to make something all right in here. I'm gonna do it right here in my bedroom too. I suppose, like, I've been sitting on my bed the whole time. Uh, I don't know, like, I don't even know how I'm gonna do it yet. But obviously I got a lot of space in the walls here, and I'm not. There's all kinds of shelving systems, I guess, and all that. Nobody wants to hear about the bullshit, but never mind. Uh, uh, there's a lot of shit going on out here, man. Like, I don't even wanna. I don't want to limit this shit to like a mental struggle. I don't want it to be limited to that, but that is sort of the point. The more that I think about it, I don't really think there is an actual point to any of this shit. Not a single point, at least. There's points, but not a single one thing I could narrow it down to. Decided to go to a different doctor. Uh, a doctor that's not as busy and shit that could actually talk to me and figure out what's going on, man. Cause I think the last doctor I was going to, which I mean, I can see why he would think that. We're in South Florida. This is the dope capital of the world, and I think he just assumed like he's a busy doctor. Like people go in and out of there quick. I think he just assumed I was one of these other motherfuckers that wanted to get their dope legally. And as y'all know, that ain't true. I don't even like the Xanax, but it helps. I don't feel right, but I act right. And without it, I don't act right, but I don't even really feel right either. But I don't know. It's the whole chemical buzz thing I don't really like, especially Xanax. That it's like they say that's worse to come off of than heroin. Like the worst things in the world are alcohol and benzodiazepine to come off of. I've come up off Xanax. I don't know how many times. It don't. I've never really gone through a manic state from that. I mean, I've tripped a little bit. You get the fuzzy brain or whatever, but never really no dope withdrawals. They say you could die from that though, like the benzodiazepine withdrawal. And I know folks that have seizures if they don't have Xanax and all that. So I'm real careful about that shit. Um, but going to this new doctor, I'm gonna have my records transferred. So, and it's on Sanibel Island. Like that's one of the richest communities in the country. That's a destination for the world's richest people and shit. So, and that's right down the street. So I'm gonna go out there. It's not a very busy doctor's office, so he'll have time to talk to me and go over my records, and he'll be able to see that there's gaps of 2 years between my doctor visits. I don't go on the Xanax unless I'm really like having panic attacks and shit. And like I said, the last stay in the hospital, like that nurse was so calm. Like she told me, cause I had apologized for acting all crazy and shit, and she said like I had her shook when I first came in, and she said after talking to me, she knew I wouldn't do anything. But when I first came in there, and I flipped out, they had me on the steroids, which I already had a high fever and flipping out, anxiety, in a bout of depression and insomnia. Um, that might have been the heaviest load my mind's ever had right there, actually. As far as swirling and shit, all at once. Um, but yeah, like I said, after this recent stay, and after that nurse told me like I had her shook and all that, cause she had known me when I first came in, I realized it, man. Like I still scare people and shit, and that's although it was that shit was calculated back in the day. It was on purpose most of the time. I'd wig out every once in a while, but not like. But like if I'm just like not even intentionally like, I still kind of bug people out when I get like that. Of course, I suppose that freak anybody out, but I don't know. I could be a rather vicious seeming person, like real blunt, and especially if I'm angry about something, you know, the whole coldness, straightforward shit. That's you see where that freaks people out, man. Especially a tendency to look dead in people's eyes when it comes to that point. Like I don't give a fuck about none of the social anxiety at a certain point. Like when that shit's ready, it needs to be released. That shit gets. I'll stare dead in someone's eyes and speak cold. Like yeah, and if you put the polarity of anger on it, I can understand. And I don't want to make people feel like that. Like on this side of town, people have a tendency to look at me like if they don't know me at least. Like a lot of people in the neighborhood know me from over the last few years, but if they don't know me, like they look at me like, oh, this dude, what's up with this dude? And I can understand that. I can understand that. I even had a lady at Starbucks, at Target around the corner, man. I walked in there and sat down. The bitch picked up her purse and put that shit on the other side, like blatant and shit. It made a motherfucker want to take her purse. It didn't even cross my mind before that. After that, it was like, I could just slap this bitch right now and walk out off with her shit. Wait, what? Fuck is gonna do anything? But obviously, I didn't do that. That's not logical. I can't operate like that anymore. That's like, couldn't even do that. I have to be really angry. Like, have to catch me at the real, like, wrong time during the middle of a fucking mental breakdown or something. And if I was to do something like that, it'd kind of be a blackout type thing anyway. It wouldn't be a logical thinking thing. I never, like, bothered regular citizens anyway. It wasn't like the whole predatory thing wasn't like, I'm gonna prey on the weakest thing I could find. Nah, I would look for weakness in the other predators, pretty much, like drug dealers and shit, people like that, because I saw that like as a way, like it didn't weigh on my conscience so much. You know, it was kind of a selfish thing. It's not like, I don't know. I still don't see it as right as putting your gun on a citizen or something like that, or a civilian, whatever you want to say. I ain't consider myself a citizen or a civilian. Nah, nothing civil about it. Although motherfucker's always been a gentleman. I don't know if, I know that sounds probably kind of stupid, but I've always been a gentleman. I was raised to be like that. A lot of y'all know my mama. Shit, I was raised to be a gentleman. I'm a polite dude and shit. Always have been. It's just, I don't know. After 3 years, the contrast to the whole brain smashing thing, the scrambling is like, it still got me bugged out. Like I don't even know how I could be that same, like I said before, the same vessel and everything, but completely different. Like my logic is completely different. It still trips me out. I don't, and I can remember being that other way. It's not like it erased my memory or anything. Like I just can't see how it was logical. I was brainwashed, straight up, I guess, by the constructs of what I thought things were supposed to be. Look where I come from. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what the other people do. That's how people get on. Damn. Still having the fucking lung pain. Hopefully his new doctor will help a motherfucker out with that a little bit too. I'm supposed to schedule a follow-up with a pulmonary doctor. They want $1,200 up front just to see me. Man, come on. Appreciate the antibiotics. But come on, man. Y'all know. Up front? Bill me. What the fuck? I ain't got no credit anyway. Give a fuck. Go ahead. Nah. gotta go through all this crazy shit, man. All this paperwork, all that Medicaid, all that shit. Never been through anything like this really. I didn't even get treated for the brain injury really. It's just that motherfucker healed up. Like I always done that. And this time around I thought I was just sick. Like I thought I was just real sick. I was trying to lay down and go to sleep and just sweat that shit out and get it over with. Like damn, I'm sick. Yeah, apparently if I would have laid down to go to sleep, they said it was real touch and go right there. Like if I wouldn't have come in, if I would have had to go through that actual emergency room and sit down and wait my turn and all that. That's why I called the ambulance in the first place, because they wheel you right in. And yeah, the nurse said it was real touch and go. Like I had no idea how close it was. Like and I want to make a video about what I experienced in the hospital too, like more in depth, because that the whole empathic vibe in there, like the residual energy. Man, there's folks walking around in there. I didn't see any full-on apparitions or anything, but that whole heavy energy, like there's folks walking around in there that still think they're in the hospital. They don't know they're dead. I kept having visions of a dude standing right there at my window where I was sitting. With the insomnia, I spent most of the time staring out the window and shit, watching the thunderstorm from the 8th floor. That was pretty cool, actually. Bombed on all kinds of dope, like Dilaudid, Oxycontin, and Xanax. And I still couldn't sleep. Shit, fucking. I don't know. Insomnia is a prick. If I was to personify insomnia, yeah, insomnia is a real asshole, man. Like, they don't give a fuck about no lung infection. They don't give a fuck about depression. It just knows, like, yo, your brain's spinning. I'm gonna make it spin more. Like, insomnia is a real demon motherfucker, man. Like, that's. I guess that's another demon to kill. But maybe the Xanax will help. But I mean, the combination of Oxycontin, Dilaudid, and Xanax, if that can't cure my insomnia, I don't know what the fuck will. I mean, I was sleeping there like mostly like an hour at a time though, like, and then be up for. Yeah, I maybe slept for, out of the whole 7 days I was there, I maybe slept for maybe 5 solid hours, 6 solid hours, but not in a row. I mean, solid hour, wake up, maybe 2 hours, wake up, or maybe 10 hours I slept. Maybe 10 hours I slept out of 7 days. Um, I don't know. Either way, this is just another bullshit ramble. I don't even know if I post this. I guess it don't really matter because I'll make more. It really don't fucking matter. Alright, I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Stay blessed. One.